CJ, you are right. Texas has scheduled a lot of marquee non-conference games. So keep doing it, keep leading the way, and stop crying about the Ohio State game. Ohio State is not why you got left out of the playoffs last year. You know why? Because y'all lost to Florida. Come on, man.
But two things can be true at one time. Yeah. They lost to Florida, but had they played Bowling Green and beaten Bowling Green in a September game, not Ohio State, they would have been in the playoff.
They didn't. They're not out of the playoff because he said it a million times. I can't believe we're going back to November here. They aren't out of the playoff because they lost to Ohio State. They aren't out of the playoff because they lost to Florida. They're out of the playoff because they lost 3 games. That's it.
And if
they had lost 2 games, they would have been in.
Yes. And if they had played
Notre Dame got in by losing to NIU. If there was ever a more disqualifying loss 2 seasons ago than a middle-of-the-pack MAC team or whatever conference that is, Mountain West, than Northern Illinois, and Notre Dame got in, then it's never about 1 loss. It's never about 2 losses. It's about 3 losses.
It's the third one. And if they don't play the number 1 team in the country on the road in the first game, which was great for college football, they would have been in. And right now, it's about getting into that tournament and giving yourself a chance and playing your best football in November into December.
And a game beyond. That was an important data point in 2005 when it was the BCS, or in the 4-team playoff when it's you or one other team, but in the 12-team playoff, just win as many games as you can and get in. Be Indiana. It doesn't matter who you played. It matters when you peak. Indiana was awesome, and they played nobody all year.
Yeah, and it didn't matter. But that's Indiana. Texas is a blue blood.
Right.
But CDC's on the record on this, and as I said when this came down this week, I don't mind out both Arizona State and Texas pulling this thing 7 years from now and reassessing. We don't even know what this thing's going to look like in 2030. That's when the Big Ten's new media contract comes up. That's when the end of the college football playoff contract with ESPN is up. Everything could change dramatically. Jack, everything changes every year.
Right.
So you're on the schedule for Ohio State next year. You're on the schedule for Michigan and then Notre Dame. That's fine. I have no problem with both schools saying, hey, let's get to 2030 and then we'll start talking about what our non-conference. Because if things change enough and there's 24 spots, sure, we'll still schedule tough non-conference games. We can still get in. But we don't know what that's going to look like. No one knows what that's going to look like right now. You can guess. But, Arizona State, they're not going to get the hatred and the criticism and the slow time of the sports calendar. They went ahead and scheduled Stanford, which is fine. That's a West Coast team. That's a Pac-12 team, an ode to their Pac-12 roots. Drop Texas because Arizona State, you say what you want, they don't want to come to Austin. And there's no reason for Texas to go to Scottsdale in September.
And I'm sorry, but why are we acting like this is canceling Ohio State or canceling Michigan?
Well, Texas.
Would there be uproar if Texas had canceled against Georgia Tech?
I don't even want to say there's uproar. There's just people looking for clicks and criticism and fun and debate.
That's what it is.
That's where it's at. But let's get to the real things of the sports day with our opening tip. Talk the Olympics. We got the Olympics. Can we talk some Olympics? This was pretty great. This is a great day for the Stars and Stripes yesterday into the final weekend of the Milan Games, the Italy Games. Let's get it. All right, as we said, heck of a day for USA yesterday. Winter Olympics, Stars and Stripes, 3 more medals in day 14. With 3 days to go, it was Jordan Stolz on the speed skating oval. He was aiming for his 3rd gold medal, but had to settle for silver in the 1,500 meter. He's 21 years old, out of Wisconsin. He's already got a couple golds, so he's had a good run here. But you know what they're going to do? The final race of the speed skating, this is what I'm going to watch, if I can find it. He can win another medal, this guy, Jordan Stolz. It's the mass start. So essentially all the speed skaters from any discipline, right, whether you're a sprinter or a long track, they all come one, come all. At least 16, but no more than 24 skaters on the ice, on the big track, and they just go. Go. For 6.4 kilometers, 16 laps. And you can imagine that it starts out kind of slow, but as they get past the midway point and watching some of the videos of this, I didn't even know they did this. And this is for a gold, silver, and bronze. Get to the finish line. So you got ones like sprint skaters, you got long distance skaters, and each of them from all the disciplines can jump into this thing. The mass start. That'll be the final event, men's and women's. That's pretty cool. Also yesterday, that sounds like doesn't it sound like a crash-up derby of some kind? You know those will be elbows flying near the end of that deal, trying to jockey for position. I love it. That's pretty cool. Also yesterday, a history in the figure skating arena. The American Elisa Liu came from behind to take the gold medal in the women's figure skating. She's 20 years old, out of California. She had dropped out of skating competitively for a couple of years and got back into it. She's the first How about this little number, Jack? Historically, the first American woman to win any individual medal on the skating rink since 2002, 20 years. Wow. Sarah Hughes. I would have said that it was kind of like I was surprised that the USA on the men's side hasn't won a gold medal in hockey since the Miracle on Ice. An American skater on the women's has not won a figure skating medal of any kind in 20 years. Alyssa Liu delivers a gold, which was pretty cool over there. Let's hear how this sounded at the end. Alyssa Liu from the state of California.
This is the greatest comeback I have ever seen.
The 20-year-old from Oakland, Alyssa Liu.
A script that would have been rejected as far-fetched. Alyssa Liu is the gold medalist at the Olympics.
All right, so greatest comeback ever, they say, because she dropped out. She stopped competitively skiing. Skating. And she's only 20. Can we hear the beginning of that? That lady. I think we're going to have to save that as a soundbite, Jack. That is perfect comedy right there. Listen to the beginning.
This is the greatest comeback I have ever seen.
This is the greatest comeback I have ever seen. I love it. That is great figure skating right there, Jack. But the on the ice as well, the exclamation point to the day for the Stars and Stripes was the U.S. hockey team. They were, as expected, facing Canada in the gold medal match.
Right.
And this was remember, back in pool play, U.S. beat, or in the prelims, essentially, the U.S. beat Canada 5-0.
That's right.
And so they're on this dominant run, but here they are playing Canada, and Canada played when they won 5-0. Canada's captain and best player didn't play, and you knew they were going to bring. Once they got behind in that game, they kind of just let her go. But they knew they could. The Canadians knew they could claw back into it, and here they are in the gold medal game, and they're up 1-0 for most of the match. Remember we told you yesterday the U.S. men were up a goal with 90 seconds to go, and the Czechs pulled their goalie. And were able to get the equalizer and get it to overtime, and then the USA was still able to win on the men's side to send themselves into the weekend and not get knocked out. Well, yesterday it was the women, the opposite. They were down 1-0 the entire game, and they needed to pull their goalie in the closing stretches and then get to overtime. Listen how this sounded. About drama on the ice rink there.
Here in the third period, 1-0 Canada. The United States sends out 6 skaters. The United States net is empty. Back out to Edwards. Edwards with a shot. Score! The United States ties it with a goaltender pull. The captain, Hillary Knight. Next goal wins. Overtime. The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move. Cuts to the net. Score! Megan Keller, the overtime hero. The United States wins gold and beyond.
There you go, Freebird again, Jack. You got Freebird. That's the song of the Olympics and the hockey, I guess. And there it is, your most overrated guitar solo ever, you say. Very repetitive. But
I do.
The captain, Hillary Knight, tied it. Megan Keller ended it with the golden goal. Both are instant Olympic legends for the USA. The U.S. takes the gold for the third time ever. Hillary Knight, by the way, not only the gold medal, but she broke the U.S. women's record for points and goals in the history of USA hockey with that game tire late in the game. Canada gets silver. Switzerland takes the bronze. So that was pretty cool. But Freebird.
Yeah, that was a great hockey game. I watched the end of it. We went empty net with 2 minutes.
Take the goalie out. Got to get 6 skaters.
Yeah, tied it up. And then we had the same goal scorer on both of them, and she's like the #1 goal scorer in women's U.S. history.
Hillary Knight, yeah, just mentioned. She's historically...
She's like the Kevin Durant of Olympic women's hockey.
Yeah, so...
And to that last goal she had, she kind of had a breakaway. That in basketball they call it a sham god, when you go to one side and snatch it back to the other. She went left, snatched it back to the right, shot it, scored it, won it. Awesome.
So women take gold. That's a 3-medal day for the USA, and we'll get the overall medal count. But here's the deal. Headed into the final 3 days, Jack, Norway still leads the overall medals, 34, 16 gold. USA now into second place with 27 total goals, 9 gold. And the men's Olympic hockey team on the U.S. side trying to get to gold medal. Now they have a match today. So there's 2 semifinal matches today. 9:40 this morning, you have Canada and Finland. you're looking for your clock or you want to wait and watch it in primetime tonight, 9:40, Canada, Finland. And then 2:10 this afternoon, Jack, is when the USA plays Slovakia. USA, Slovakia, these are the top 4 seeds, Canada, Finland, USA, Slovakia. Losers will play in the bronze medal game tomorrow on your Saturday afternoon, 1:40. And if you're looking for the gold medal game, if the USA gets there and it's USA, Canada, the top 2 seeds, with all the NHL players playing, Jack, 7:10 a.m. Sunday morning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So I guess that's like middle of the afternoon in Italy. Because remember, I think the closing ceremonies are Sunday night to wrap this thing up. So people are saying, well, why is it so early? Well, they're going to be closing the thing down on Sunday. So 7:10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be up, so I'll be watching this. That's way. I wake up 3:30 in the morning to come do this show every day. I actually sleep in, Jack, on the weekends and maybe get to 5:30.
Wow.
Maybe get to 6.
I sleep until like 10:30 on the weekend.
I cannot do that.
I stay up past midnight and I sleep in until 10:30.
But that's the other thing. I don't stay up late. I even on Fridays, maybe on Saturday I can stay up a little past, towards the midnight hour, but not really. Certainly,
you're not a Pac-12 After Dark fan?
No. But I'll be up. That's why I always love those NFL games when they're playing over in Europe because I'm up on Sunday. I'm watching. It's a good thing to watch.
I usually catch the second quarter. You can wake up and put that on the TV right from the bed. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, man. Fire up the iPad or just go turn on the TV. 7:10 a.m. Eastern time Sunday morning if the USA gets to the gold medal game. And who doesn't want USA, Canada in that bad boy? So 9:40 this morning, 2:10 this afternoon, USA, Slovakia, 2:10. So you got a little afternoon. Plus, how about that? Pretty good sports Friday afternoon. You got UT baseball tonight. We'll preview that series with Michigan State coming up over at the Dish. And as you said, baseball weather out there. We also have the USA-Slovakia game, and you could be watching the golf from Riviera. I know they had some rain yesterday, but always good to see that beautiful golf course and the best golfers in the world. It's a signature event on the PGA Tour. So you got some sports today, which is good. Into the weekend, we'll take it on this Friday, the 20th of February. Appreciate you being there. There's your opening tip. Good job for the Stars and Stripes. And yes, I'm going to find that mass skate. Doesn't that sound crazy? Like all the skaters, like
a cluster.
Like you'd have up to 24 skaters on one ice rink, going in circles. Obviously, when you're watching your normal heats and events, it does like 6 or 8 total, maybe most. 24. The mass skate. That's pretty cool. And I was reading some stuff about it because I was fascinated once I read about that. And this guy, Jordan Stoll, all the skaters say this is their favorite event. Because whether they're a long skier where they do the 1,500 meters or with whatever your specialty or discipline is, everybody can compete in this. I think that's pretty cool. I want to get in that. So it's I used to love as a kid going to the thrill show and destruction derbies, the crash up derbies. That's what this sounds like. You ever go to a crash up derby? Do they even do that anymore?
I don't know.
Where the cars will slam into each other.
I think they
crash
had
up derby
monster trucks at the Irwin Center.
I've been to that.
From time to time.
Well, we used to go in Houston when I was a kid. We go to the Astrodome, and they would. So you just go these guys buy these old cars, big old vehicles, and then they paint them up and they slam into each other, and essentially no one gets hurt. It's like adult bumper cars from the amusement park or the carnival, and the last car running wins. So you try to ram people with the backside. You don't want to hit your engine. You want your engine to get screwed up. So you try to avoid front end collisions. You try to back into people. My brother and I, we used to love that, man. That's what this sounds like. Or it's like roller derby on ice of some kind, but the mass skate this weekend.